So here's a perfect example of a comeback on a clover plot. So I have not put any chemicals on this plot at all. This was pretty much all but dead last fall. I may have overseeded it, I don't even remember, but all I've been doing is mowing, and now I'm going to shoot it with a little fertilizer. That's it. Clover is extremely voracious, and it'll push weeds out. Like a lot of guys want their clover plots like perfect with no grass, and they'll hit them with like clethodim. I have found that in most plots, not all, but most, if you just mow and fertilize and keep mowing and keep fertilizing, that clover will do its job, and you'll have a 90% clover plot. I mean, this little bit of grass ain't gonna hurt anything in here. Look at how thick this clover is. I'm gonna mow this today because we've had rain. You don't want to mow it when it's hot because you don't want to stress it. But beautiful. The plots are really looking good right now. So with it being Friday, a couple days ago, Mrs. Kapper asked me to plastic wrap this log, and she told me to take them off today. So I took them off. Well, she got this from Kentucky, but I have no idea. And even like she said, if whatever she's going to make out of it's going to work, or if it's going to end up in the burn pile, but she has some kind of idea for this nasty rotted out old house beam. Clover plot. here's a different example of a clover plot. This one had probably 50% weeds in it. I just mowed it like 2 days ago, but the conditions are good. We've had rain, so if you look close, you see all the clover starting to come up. It's coming up much faster than any of the grassy weeds around it. So if you keep doing this, especially if you have good moisture, you know, you're going to try to push out most of the weeds. I mean, I could spray this, but I'm going to give this one more chance. After this fertilize, I'll check it in 2 more weeks and see if I'm going to keep this or not. But it's coming along nicely. I think it's going to push most of these weeds out of here when it's all said and done. But sometimes you never know. I got a lot of pigweed on this farm also. But this one has come a long way since last fall.